At ease, brothers. God showed up and you denied him, brothers. God showed up and you denied him, man. What do you mean, soul? What I mean is, like, I'm damn near tired, man. I'm damn near tired of hearing my brothers. I'm damn near tired of hearing my brothers wake up every day and complain about how difficult life is, about how hard it is to get it out the mud. And it's not that I can't identify, because I live in the same world. I can identify what everybody's talking about. I went grocery shopping, man. It might have been a week or so ago. And when I came home, man, I was getting ready to throw my receipt in the trash. And I just happened to see that I paid $10 and some change for some grapes, bro. I said, man, I think I was paying $3 or $4 for these grapes but 5 minutes ago, it seemed. I'm like, $10 for some grapes? So when people talk about, man, things are getting high, I understand. I mean, you talk about car insurance and mortgages are high and car notes and car prices and clothes. I get it. I live in the same world, man. But I'm tired of hearing people saying, well, I'm just waiting on the good Lord to make a way, man. I'm praying and I'm doing X, Y, Z. It's like God didn't show the fuck up, brothers. But most of us have denied him. God has showed, and I'm gonna tell you where I got this story from. When I say God has showed up, you denied him. I got this from, and to be honest, man, I'm almost thinking I'm delusional, because before I made this video, I got online trying to find this story. There was this story, man, that I was taught when I was like a youngster, and I heard it, man, summer after summer, somebody like Vacation Bible School back in the days, and it was a story that I thought was in the Bible, but I couldn't find it today, man. It was a story in the Bible, I thought, where, and if y'all understand, if y'all can relate to what I'm saying, if y'all have heard this, man, put where this is, right? There was a story in the Bible, and I'm going to try to guess as close as I can to the way it went. But there was I believe there was like a man that was like praying for God to come give him the answer or come visit him and show him the way or something like that. And God was like, yeah, I'm going to pull up on you. Like I'll be there. I'll be there and I'll give you that thing that you want, that you're asking me for, right? And during the time when this brother was waiting on God, I think this brother was like cleaning his house. You know, he's probably washing his whip and sweeping out the driveway and vacuuming, mopping the whole shebang, right? And during this process, like people were showing up to his crib. I believe one scenario said that like a homeless man came to his crib and was like, hey man, can you help me? Like, I ain't got no food, I ain't got no money. Can you help me? And the brother was like, hey, I want to help you, but hey, God is on his way to come see me, man. Like come back later. I can't help you right now. And he got back to cleaning whatever he was doing. And another knock came on the door. And let's say it was like a little kid. Little kid was saying, hey, you know what? I need help. Can you help me? And the man was like, I can help you, but not right now. Like, God is coming. Like come back another day. Scram, youngster. Right? Third knock on the door. Somebody else came. Hey, you know what? I want to sell you some encyclopedias. These encyclopedias will give you the game of life. Hey, you know what? I want to buy these encyclopedias, but not right now, man. God is coming. Right? And after a while, man, the brother was sitting there twiddling his thumbs, man. He said, hey, you know what? Like God was supposed to pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? So he hit God on the celly like, God, what's up? Like where you at? I thought you was going to pull up. And God was like, fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been there 3 times and you denied me. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, a lot of y'all are asking for things, but you've denied God, man. You've denied the things that God has put in place to give you the freedom that you asking for, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm tired of hearing it. Not saying that there aren't struggles in life, but the resources for you to get it out the mud are available for everybody. Nobody's immune. Nobody's immune. This is the thing, man. And I'm sure now that most people that are alive today, that are adults, between adult ages, I'm 100% sure right now that the majority of people really don't understand how the internet has changed the whole world. Changed the whole world. Somehow God worked through whoever invented the internet, man, and turned the whole world upside down. And I don't think a lot of us will understand what's really taking place until it's too late. Until we're in a position where our minds no longer work. Until we're in a position where we're on our deathbeds and we're looking back saying, oh, you know what? Since we were raised in this era, we didn't understand the power of this era. You have to understand, man, the internet pretty much gave the keys to every slave on the planet. And when I say slave, everybody that was still trapped in their minds, everybody, not even just trapped in their minds, everybody that didn't even have a way out, it gave the keys to everybody. It completely eliminated the middleman in every arena. And if it hasn't touched them yet, it'll touch them in the next 5 or 10 years. There will be no Uber and all these things without the internet. There will be, there would be no way for people to move the way they move now. There would be no singular truth if it wasn't for the internet. There would be no immortal minds reaching every corner of the planet if it would in places I've never even been. If it wasn't for the internet, there would be no beautiful faces of evil. There would be no recipe. There will be no code to her chemistry. There will be no path. There will be no power circle. There will be none of those things. There will be no exit strategies if it wasn't for this internet that gives every single person the ability to reach out to everybody. Like, you don't understand. God then already showed up. It's like, what are you going to do with it? It's kind of like, and I'm no history buff, but I think when, like the 49ers, right? San Francisco 49ers, correct me if I'm wrong, but either that was a land rush or a gold rush. I can't remember, but I know at some point in time there was a land rush where they kind of just opened up all this land, maybe a couple of cities or states, I don't know, and people were just running out and claiming their plot of land. People were claiming their plot of land. It might be 2 acres, it might be 20 acres, and they just started building on it. And the government or whoever was saying, if you just go build on this land, it's yours, right? You might sit there and build on 2 or 3 acres. Somebody else might build a house 2 or 3 acres down a road. Somebody else might build 3 miles down the road. It was like just a land rush, right? So imagine there being a land rush in 49, right? And then come I don't know what year this was. And then come 30 years later, 40 years later, your family pulls up, your kids and your grandkids look at you and say, hey, you know what? Why don't we have any land? You know what I'm saying? And they like, you know what? There was a land rush. Everybody had like land was free. Everybody was getting this land. Like, what the fuck were you doing? That's what they grandkids were probably saying. Everybody got 2 or 3 acres. Brother John got 20 acres in the back. Sister Mary got 80 acres and cows and camels in the front yard. And we sitting here looking around like, what were you doing? That's what our kids and our grandkids will be saying 30 years, 40 years from now. When they look back at the time we were living, 100 years from now. When they look back and say, hey, you know what? What were you doing? Were you sitting there just whining every day, or were you doing what you were supposed to be doing? Or did you see that God had showed up while you were sitting there weeping and whining? So I'm saying, man, God then showed up, brothers. God then showed up. And I'm gonna tell you the one of the reasons why I'm even making this video, man. Because my partner called me the other day. And it's probably been a week ago now, man. He was like, so you ain't made a video, man. It's been, dang near half a month. You ain't made no content. And it's like, yeah, man, I just kind of been just transitioning, get my mind ready for the next level, man, and just chilling. And I just sit there, man, in a state of gratitude, bro. I sit there in a state of gratitude, man, and thank God, man, for a period of probably hours, man, that he put me in position to see what he's done for everybody. To put me in a position that if I just want to wake up and twiddle my thumbs for 30 days, I can do that now. I can do that now because content that I made 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago is still paying me today. So instead of me getting online, or instead of me waking up every day and whining about why life is so hard, let me use what God has given everybody. Let me use the key. Let me use the keys to the kingdom that everybody has access to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say it like this, man. And I don't normally make this kind of content on this channel, man. I put this channel on this kind of content on my new channel. If y'all aren't subscribed to Exit Strategies, my other channel, this content is pretty much going over there, because on this channel I pretty much focus on sharing with my brothers, you know, the inner game. Like, focus on the inner work, finding the deeper side of self. But today, man, I'm talking about how to find the deeper side of you in this third dimensional plane. You in this third dimensional plane, how to function in it, how to take advantage of what God has given us, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even have this conversation, man, without giving a shout out, man, to a sister that's no longer even living. A sister, and I can't even think her real name. I forgot it. But online went by the six-figure chick. The six-figure chick, man. She passed away a couple of years ago, man. But before she passed away, I want to say about 1.5 years. It wasn't 2 years before she passed. It might have been 2 years before she passed away, man. I just happened to see this. I followed her on Instagram. Never watched none of her content, nothing, man. I accidentally clicked on one of her lives one day. She went live every day. I accidentally clicked on one of her lives, man. And in about 30 seconds to a minute and a half, I heard her say something that just raised a light bulb up in my mind, man. Long story short, man, I booked a session with this young lady. Paid damn near $1,000, $997 for an hour consultation, man. And she gave me game, or really exposed something to me that changed my world. She exposed to me, man, that, hey, God done laid the platform for everybody to move how they want to move and live how they want to live. Gave me the game, right? Quick plug, man. If you want to understand this game, and the reason why I'm making this video, I'm having a class on Sunday, man. And I'm talking about the digital space, how to find your niche, how to do all these things and incorporate yourself in this digital space. Like, if you don't understand what's going on now, man, I'm telling you, you're going to miss the bus. So definitely check out that class, right? Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. She told me what she told me. She taught me what she taught me. And I want to say in a span of 9 months, maybe 10 months, I was able to take what she showed me, implement it, and in 9 or 10 months was able to walk away from my job. Changed my whole life. This thing that I've been asking God for, like, God, show me the way, show me freedom. I know life isn't about just going to work 20 hours a day, paying taxes, and like, I know there is more to life. Show me the way. And it was like, God was like, I done showed up. I done showed up and I gave everybody the ability to do exactly what they want to do. She showed me how to eat off of what God has given us, man. So my thing is, when are you going to take advantage of this land rush, of this gold rush? Because I understand that a lot of people don't understand what's taking place because we're in it. We're in it, so we really can't see it. Just like we can't see a lot of the manipulation that goes on in this world, right? And I don't want to start pointing out certain conspiracies, because I don't want this video to get shut down, because I'm giving some nuggets in it, right? But there are certain things that go on, some world events that go on, man, that people are just like oblivious to. And it's like, you don't see what's going on? Like, you're buying that? So I understand, man, it's hard for us to see certain things because we're in it. But all I'm saying today, brothers, is this freedom you're asking for, this way of life you're asking for, it's right around you. And it takes you, it don't take you learning a whole lot of knowledge, or you getting no degrees, or you getting all these certifications. It simply takes you being you. It simply takes you being you. But the thing is this, man. Like, us as men, once we get to a certain level in life, once we get to a certain age in life, and we start having families and we start having kids, you got to ask yourself this, man. What is it that you're sharing with your children? What is it? I'm going to tell you this. You can buy your kids all the Jordans you want. You can do all this, you can take them to Disney World. You can do all these things. The most impactful thing you can do for your children is be an example of how they should live. To be an example of how they should live. They're watching you, man. And if they're watching you wake up every day for the next 100 years and be miserable, if they're watching you wake up every day, man, and go to a lab or a factory or a cubicle, and you don't want to do that, you're setting the standard. You're setting the standard. Like, I can look at my son, man, and I can already tell, man, my son is going to wreak havoc on this planet, man. Like where I'll be in the next 3 to 4 years, not even now, where I'll be in the next 3 to 4 years, my son will be there by the time he's 25. He'll be there by the time he's 25. And a lot of that is based on him seeing how I live now. He since he's been living with me since in the 8th grade, he's seen me wake up and take charge of my life. He's seen me wake up every day and be myself and use what God has given me. Now, let me not take credit for everything, man. Let me not take credit for everything. Because, I love bragging on my son, man. But I got to say, first off, man, I'm not gonna talk about my son being A1 like he is without talking about his mother, of course, because his mother is just as, even though my son lives with me, his mother is just as in his life as I am, and is just as impactful, man. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that he gets a lot of his brains from his mother. Like, his mom was, I remember we started dating and we were dating in high school, and I remember I was a grade ahead of her, right? And she graduated before me because she was one of them, borderline, or not even borderline, just genius kids that just mastered high school and was finished at like 16 type shit, right? So I don't understand he gets a lot of his support. He gets a lot of his mindset from his mother, right? Even my son himself, man, and I'm not saying this because of my son. I say this, man, I mean this with everything. I don't know another human being on this planet that works as hard or is more focused than my son, bro. It's insane. It's insane. That's why I say, man, by the time my son is 25, he's gonna be free. He's gonna be free. I don't know another person that's more locked in, more focused, more disciplined, and that works harder than him. 17 years old. Like, he'll get up in the morning and wake up in the morning, go to football practice, come back, go to school, come back from school, get a workout, go to his job in the evening, get off his job in the evening, come in and get online and study the stock market. That's how he moves, bro. So I'm not gonna take credit. I'm not gonna sit there and take credit, take credit away from where credit is due, man. But I know a lot of that is based on my son seeing me on a regular basis live how I live. By saying, you know what, there's another way to live by that than just, hey, let me go get a college degree and jump into the workplace. I told him at 12 years old, don't follow that script if that's not what's in your heart. My son is 17 years old, man. And just he's driving his third BMW. Last week, man, my son was driving a Beamer off the lot, M Series.
Make sure Connor got the tracking device out. Here we go. Yeah, it looks good. I'm not gonna see. Good looking color. Wheels look good.
M Series. You know what I'm saying? So I already know he's driven, bro. So you got to ask yourself, what are you teaching your kids? What are you showing your nieces and nephews? Are you showing them to go put 40 years down there at General Motors, and at 65, go live your next few years until you die? Like, is that what you're showing them when you don't have to? I'm telling you, man, God has showed up, man, but most of us have denied him. The freedom you seek is right there in front. It's all around you. It's all around you. Even me making my transition in life right now, man. You know, life is all about transitioning into different chapters. And as I transition into this next chapter in life, man, where it's like, you know what? My son is getting ready to, conquer life. He's getting ready to go out into the world and do his thing. And I'll, so what am I going to do with my life now? You know what I'm saying? And it's like this, man. It's like I'm 48 years old. I'll be 50 in a couple of years, man. And my thing is this. Okay, I'm 48 years old, man. And my goal is to live to be 100 years old. I want to live to be 100 years old. And on my 100th birthday, man, I want to walk to the cemetery, man, and just fall into the grave. You know what I'm saying? Type vibe, man, But it's like this, man. We don't know how long we're going to live. Like, of course, I want to live to see 100. Of course, I want to live to see an old age, man. But who knows? I might be gone in 6 months. I might be gone in 6 years. I might be gone in 10 years. I might be gone in 30 days. Nobody knows. So it's like, man, before I leave this planet, man, I want to be able to roam this planet and see what God made. I want to see what God made, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to experience this thing. I don't want to spend my years. I don't want to wait till I'm 65, 70 years old and I'm not as healthy, which I should still be healthy at 70 if I take care of my body, as we all should. But I don't want to wait another 20 years before I say, okay, you know what? Mission accomplished. Now I can take that cruise to Alaska. Now I can go to China. Now I can go see the pyramids. Now I can go to South Africa. Now I can go to Morocco. I don't want to wait to do that, when I'm older. I want to do it now. So again, I was telling my son that, man. I was telling my son a while back. I was like, hey, yeah, you know what, man? I'm just gonna sell everything I own and see the world. Son was like, say less. My son he's slowly mastering that digital space. I said, man, I want to sell everything. Next thing I know, man, I see people pulling up on random days, man. My son is selling stuff. Selling my gym. He getting ready to sell my theater system. He's selling everything, man. He's like, say less. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's still going back to what I'm saying. God done showed up when we say things like, man, we want to live. I don't want to spend my life in a cube. I want to live. Like, God has put things in place, man, where we can live like that, where we can see the world. Like, you don't want to see the pyramids? You don't want to wake up and scratch your balls in Fiji? You don't want to be able to just shut down for 7 days or 14 days without having to put in some kind of notice to somebody else? God done showed up, brothers. God has showed up. You've denied him. Whatever you want your life to look like, God has showed up, man. You've denied him, man. Like, we're still young men. And I'm talking to brothers that watch this channel. I know most of us that watch this channel are, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. We're all still young men. Inshallah, we'll all live to see 80, 90, 100 years old. What do you want the rest of your life to look like? Do you want to live behind an invisible prison? You want to live behind prison walls that can't be seen. You want to live a life that you don't have to live, is all I'm saying. God has showed up, brothers. You got to stop denying him, man. Your freedom is right there. Your freedom is there, man. And it's a matter of you taking advantage of what's around us, of what's been given to us. But I'm going to tell you this. This is why a lot of people don't take advantage of this digital space that we live in, right? First, you got to understand this. First, you got to understand this, because I understand now that people don't even see the transition of what's taking place. Like, you got to understand this. Like TV as we know it, Knots Landing, the comedy shows that you watch, everything that you watch on TV now, you have to understand in a small amount of time, those are going to be gone. It's almost like right now when we talk about watching something on DVD or what, not even that. When we talk about watching something on a VCR tape, like to go and buy a VCR tape right now is almost like, what? Like, some people don't even know what that is. That's what TV is going to be like in a short amount of time. TV as we know it is going to be gone. TV going forward is going to be the individual person. So in other words, instead of you turning on Channel 7 and Channel 4 News and da-da-da-da-da and all this stuff on TV, it's going to be in this digital space. Even colleges and universities are slowly losing value because the knowledge people need is online now, is in courses. And you don't need all these $100,000 degrees to get to get the freedom you really want. Right? But what I'm saying is, the reason why a lot of people won't take advantage of this land grab or this gold rush is because it requires something in you, in a person, that I understand is hindering people from taking advantage of it, man. And to be honest, this is the only thing that the system can put in you that keeps you from taking advantage of it, right? And that thing that keeps you from taking advantage of it is you don't really know who you are. And I'm not saying, let me say it like this. Let me say that. I'm not saying you don't know who you are, like you don't have any level of consciousness, or you don't. I'm not saying you're. What I'm saying is you're so trapped in this system of trying to be like everybody else, trying to have what everybody else has just because they have it, trying to dress like everybody else, trying to talk and be like everybody else, that you don't even know who you are. You don't even know what you like. You don't even know what your own thoughts are. Because to get in this digital space and win and find the freedom that not only have I found, man, that a lot of my compadres have found, that a lot of people in exit strategies are finding. And I can get the name of the brothers and sisters that are finding that, right? You got to know who you are. Because I'm going to tell you this, man, when you get online, when you get in this digital space, one thing it's going to do is expose you. If you don't know who you are, if you aren't living in a singular truth, shameless plug, get the book. This internet will expose you. And that's why a lot of people run from it. Because they're one way at church on Sunday, they're another way on Saturday at the juke joint, they're another way at the workplace on Tuesday through Thursday, they're another person at the lodge meeting. So when they get behind this camera and get to spilling their truth or giving their talent or giving their skill set, they can't do it because they don't know which version to be. They don't know which version to be. So again, going back to the spiel that I'm having on this Sunday, when you come into that spiel, and it ain't but $20, bro. You gotta understand this. Well, let me say this first. When you come in there and get that game that I'm giving on Sunday, you already getting, by coming in there, you're already getting the 4 levels of becoming, which is the first thing I teach. The 4 levels of becoming is already in there. And then on Sunday, I'm telling you how to find how to find that thing inside of you and how to put it on this digital space. I'm giving you the keys of the kingdom. Like in other words, man, like my partner Rico always saying, bro, you giving away this game, you need to be charging more. Like, man, all I'm doing is doing what the good Lord told me, man. I follow the steps I'm giving, man, and the good Lord always takes care of me on the back end, man. What I'm offering, and click the link, brother, I would easily pay, like going back to the 6-figure chick, I would have easily paid $3,000 or $4,000 for a sit down to learn what I'm giving away for $20. So all I'm saying is, don't come to Soul. Don't even come on my page talking about times are hard, bro. I don't even want to hear it no more. Because I'm always giving you the game. Even free game on YouTube. Me and my brothers are always exchanging game in the power circle. If you're in the power circle, I don't want to hear it. Because me and the brothers over there are talking God talk and are thriving. All I'm saying, man, this digital space is a land grab. And again, God has showed up, man, but you denied him. God has showed up, but you have denied him.